Hi, how's everyone? Thanks for coming back. Hello and welcome. If you are new, glad you found me. We're doing the hidden truth today. We're going to pull 3 from the middle. We're going to see what the facade is, what's the hidden truth, and advice or the reality of the situation. We're going to also, I think I'm going to get some clarifiers, like outward energy and influences you might not see. Let's try that. We'll see though, because that might take too long. That might drag it on a little bit. So we're going to cut the deck as soon as I feel like the shuffle is good. Ooh, 2 cups popped out. Oh, 8 of swords popping out. Let's see here. Somebody's in their head about love. That's okay, because that side of the 8 of swords that popped out said there's a breakthrough coming. So let's see what kind of breakthrough we're looking at. Okay, and now I'm going to leave it like that for now, and then we'll figure it out. We've got the 7 of cups again. Somebody is a little bit confused here. Yeah. Got the star on the reverse. And the 3 of pentacles on the reverse. Okay. Well, on the back side. Bring that down a little bit. Hopefully you can see that better. There's always a glare. I don't know how to... Oh, wait. Maybe I can turn it down here. Oh, it's already pretty dark. So, oof. Hopefully you'll be able to see that a little bit better. Okay. So, the facade. The 7 of cups. Okay. This says, chances unclear, pause, wait for instructions, be still. Okay, that's the facade, that something is unclear. What's the hidden truth? We've got the star on the reverse. I can show that. I'm looking at Dr. Manhattan in the distance. I don't know what that's for there. It says, there's a powerful breakthrough. See? Miracles, rebirth, harmony, and being restored. That's the truth. Okay? Somebody feels stuck or confused, the reality is you already had your breakthrough. You already know what you want. The star represents a new direction, your hope, your wish, your healing. Okay, the heart that wants to point home, the journey that is always meant to have been taken. Okay, and it's saying there's a powerful breakthrough here, miracles and rebirth. That's the reality. Okay? That's the hidden truth. The facade is that your choices are unclear. Remember we had that 8 of swords pop in the pre-shuffle, and it was the 8 of swords on the backside, meaning that there is a breakthrough coming. The ropes around the person in the 8 of swords are loose. They're falling off. The blindfold may be gone, and in the distance we saw in the card an eagle coming in, which means that's Aquarius energy. It means that there is enlightenment coming. Okay, so the facade here, the lie, is that the choices are unclear and that you want to wait for some kind of instruction or guidance. Okay, you don't need it. You don't need it, because the hidden truth is that you've already had your breakthrough. And once you start on that new path, once you go towards that new direction, there's going to be miracles all along your way, okay? The advice or the reality is that there's a 3 of pentacles here on the reverse side. There's mentorship, apprenticeship, cooperation, an ally in work, and your gifts being useful, okay? That's the reality. The reality is you have an ally Or like with this Three of Pentacles, this is somebody to share the load, somebody to share the workload, somebody to recognize your commitment and your abilities. It's like this person is carving into this column, and this monk comes by. Almost, I think he's got like a book, so he might be documenting the work coming along. But the general feeling of the Three of Pentacles is receiving the recognition for the work that you've put in. This comes after the Two of Pentacles of juggling work-life balance and making decisions on what you can and can't handle. The Three of Pentacles is recognition for the hard work that you have come to. And also, I guess with this deck and this card, it is apprenticeship, mentorship, somebody coming in to teach you something new. And it's going to go towards your ability to create. Okay? The Pentacles don't just mean career and money. It's anything you invest in. It's emotional investment, mental energy, physical energy, thought process, dedication, money, time, studies, anything you invest in to create something new. Okay? And the advice and the reality coming in, you do have an energy coming in that's going to help you along the way. Not only recognize your work thus far, but recognize your potential to go even further and then mentor you along the way. It might not even be as deep as getting an internship or something. It just could be somebody coming along going, I saw the work that you did and I'm really, really impressed. And I know my friend is interested in doing this too. Can I send you his way? Or and then there is an alliance here of somebody who can give you a leg up on new teachings about what you're invested in. Okay? Do we want to get the top? Sure. Let's try it. Let's try the bottom energy first. Okay. Oh, we've got the High Priestess. The Nine of Cups. Oh, I love that. And the Hierophant on the backside. Okay. Yep, there's that Eight of Swords again. Okay. Let's stick with the bottom for now. Bottom energy is influences you might not see yet. You've got Pisces energy here with the High Priestess, and she comes in with truth. Okay, so it's interesting that we have the High Priestess and the Hierophant because they're a matched pair. This is Pisces energy and Taurus energy. One is dogma and one is enlightenment, and they're different. A lot of people mistake dogma and doctrine for spiritual enlightenment. Okay? So here we've got a Pisces energy coming in, or maybe you are this Pisces energy. The High Priestess sits in between the pillars and they're black and white, and she's got her scroll of truth, and behind her is the inner sanctum of higher wisdom. You have to prove that you can get past her, okay, into the higher sanctum. You have to earn your way in with that divine knowledge. The key with the High Priestess is that the truth is between the black and the white, okay? So somebody's using some deep discernment. This is intuitive discernment on what is, where the truth is found, okay? The High Priestess also has, always keeps her motives kind of secret. And it's not for anything duplicitous or anything like that. Didn't come out reversed, so that she's in her upright energy. It's just the idea that it takes more effort sometimes to explain yourself to people than to just go about your business. I don't know if that will resonate with somebody, but Pisces energy, especially feminine Pisces energy, always gives me this idea of freedom because they're just swimming around going about their business and they don't necessarily stop and explain themselves because when they decide things they function in that higher intuitive place, so they go along with their instincts a little bit more. It's just Pisces energy, not always stopping to explain themselves, right? Because like I said, sometimes it interrupts the flow of energy. Think of a fish, the Pisces energy, swimming along. Okay, it takes more energy to stop and explain where you're going than just swimming. I guess that's, I don't know why they wanted me to go there. Another hidden influence here, we've got the Nine of Cups. I love that. Love energy. Didn't we have the Two of Cups tried to pop out earlier, right? The Two of Cups. This is the universe bringing emotional abundance, so wish big. Oh, I love that. This is going to be something so emotionally fulfilling, but I feel like it's going to make you question some things. And the things that we're questioning here is this Hierophant energy. The High Priestess, the Hierophant is often called the High Priest. He represents the Pope or the male energy in worship, okay? The Pope represents the keeper, protector, and teacher of divine law. But this Taurus energy is very stuck in tradition sometimes, especially if it's a masculine energy. This says you forget your divinity. So free your mind and the rest will follow. Oh, is that en vogue? I think it's en vogue. Free your mind and the rest will follow. It says rebel against the idea of thou shalt, quote unquote. Thou shalt do this, thou shalt do that. Okay? That's the dogma of the Hierophant. It's the idea of this is the way it's done because this is the way it's always been done. Okay, you can get stuck in that. Some people get stuck in that and feel guilty because the energy that they've been putting into something that was supposed to work and isn't working is making them doubt their own ability. Well, here in that Three of Pentacles, it's saying you have the abilities. You are being recognized and a mentor is coming into you. Somebody is stuck here in this traditional way of doing things when what they really want to do is follow their own path. And it does have a lot to do with love because the one of the influences here is the idea of coming to a Nine of Cups, okay? The universe bringing emotional abundance, so wish big. And that's what you were trying to do here in the Seven of Cups. Wish. And here in the Star on the reverse, this is the wish. This is the dream. Okay? There's a rose growing here behind her as she's pouring the water. And her vessels that the water is in is gold and silver. Again, the sun and the moon, the masculine and the feminine, and the combination of the two. So top energy here, I will go into it because I kind of feel like there's somebody here with motive. We've got the Seven of Swords, and then the Eight of Swords, and then the Page of Pentacles. And we're going to stop there because we're right back to the energy we started with yesterday with the Magician. So I'm going to put that to the side. So I feel like this is external energy here. The way they wanted me to see this is that the top layer, these three cards, is as I would take tropical astrology, the external environment. The bottom three here would be like sidereal astrology, the inner environment, okay? Do you want me to keep it that way, or how do you want me to do this? Outward energy. We've got somebody who's in self-preservation mode. Now we've got the Seven of Swords. This could be somebody who is stealing and ditching. I don't always interpret it as something so negative as the thief in the night, but sneaky, sneaky. Be careful you don't get caught. That's what this card is talking about. Somebody getting caught doing something sneaky. Now, the another way I interpret it is that this person, um, at first I was interpreting the tents in the background as like a circus. Okay, so he's getting the fuck out of there, out of that circus, and leaving all them clowns behind him, right? Not his monkeys, not his circus, taking what he can and getting the fuck. Um, but later on, I came to the knowledge that this is an army encampment. So these swords he's making off with, is weapons, and he's stealing the weapons and running. Now um, you can either interpret that as somebody who is eliminating something that someone else could use to hurt you, or you're doing this, or in the negative, somebody is taking somebody's ability to defend themselves. This is a very complicated card sometimes. Now, the key with this one is he's carrying 5 swords and 2 are on the ground. Okay? The 7 of swords. The way they're separated is that the 2 swords are on the ground. That represents the 2 of swords of indecision. He's dropped his indecision and he's carrying away the 5 swords on the down low. He's running. Okay? Now, remember what the 5 of swords represents is that conflict with no winner. But he's taking it anyways, okay? And he's even holding them the way they are in the 5 of swords card, where he's got 3 separated from 2. So he's carrying away with heartbreak and indecision, or decisions, right? The decision to leave even though there's heartbreak here. But somebody may be doing it in a way that could be interpreted as being sneaky. Look, I'm not going to judge, because there are circumstances where you need to be sneaky for your own safety, or for the safety of someone else, or for the safety of things that you have created, like your life. You need to be a little bit on the down low in order to protect yourself, okay? You can decide that. Also, keep in mind that the swords are mental energy. So what are you actually taking with you? Make sure that this mental energy that you're leaving with is good and pure. It's not rumors or negative self-talk. It's not mental baggage that somebody else gave you. It's not, you're not leaving with the garbage. Do you know what I mean? Don't leave with the garbage. Here we've got that 8 of Swords that was trying to poke out from the pre-shuffle, where she is, the binds are coming off and the insight is coming in with the Eagle. This talks about release yourself, truth, freedom is available, okay? And then we've got that Page of Pentacles. I love this. This is Earth energy, usually Taurus, any of the Earth signs if it's new energy. He just found this pentacle and now he's dreaming about what he wants to do with it. This is somebody who is practical, a new valuable enterprise, or a hopeful yet untested person. So that's what you may be feeling, trying to break free from this cycle. Let's see. This is external energy, though. Oh, okay. Okay. This isn't you. This is somebody in your energy being sneaky. And you weren't aware of it. But with this Eight of Swords, that ego coming in with information, you're going to become aware of something in your energy that was sneaky. I'm also seeing the mice, the card from my theme deck talking about somebody nibbling away at the assets. Okay, somebody's nibbling away at the money. There's a hole somewhere, and resources are dwindling. So that may be the thing that you're not seeing. But this Eight of Swords, the eagle coming, is going to bring some information. And it's going to free you. That's the thing. This is freedom from that yeah, it frees you to do something brand new. I like this. And they're saying that with this new energy, this Page of Pentacles, that's when you get that Seven of Cups. Oh my God, my choices. Look, I could do anything. What am I going to do? I need more information. I have to wait. I can't make this decision. No, yes, you can. Yes, you can, because the star here, the star card says that miracles and harmony restored and power, and there's a powerful breakthrough. That's this Eight of Swords coming in. That ego coming in, that's going to break you out. Okay? And you might feel brand new after that. Not just renewed and restored, but like, oh, I feel giddiness here. Somebody's giddy about this. Whew, it's like I heard, whew, I dodged a bullet, but I'm on a new path. I'm glad I found out about this. I don't see that this Seven of Swords person here, the shady energy, I don't see anywhere here that they're going to do any damage to you or your life. You're just going to be enlightened to something that maybe somebody was underhanded about, you know. But that insight is going to free you up. It could come in with someone younger, a young earth sign. Yeah. But the influences here, it's like in between the high priestess and the high priest is this Nine of Cups. This is beautiful. Blending the two. Okay, because the high priestess says, doctrine is not necessarily enlightenment. And the back of the Hierophant here is saying, rebel against the thou shall. So this is making sure that you're not stuck in those old traditions, that old dogma, just because you were told that's the way it's supposed to be done. You're creating something brand new. And it's blessed too. I love it. So let's go ahead to the theme deck and see if we can't get some insight here. What is the hidden truth insight for the collective? Okay. Remember, you are water. That's that high priestess energy. The key. Okay, I like this because the keys are present here on the high priestess card and the Hierophant. the gold and silver keys. It says, once closed doors may now be open. You have the answers. And that's exactly what the star was telling you. Remember, you are water, so tap into where in your chart you have strong water placements. You'll find emotional support there. It might be a little uncomfortable, especially if you're an earth or a fire sign, to plumb the depths of those emotional waters, but they can be extremely invigorating if you can, allow yourself to be there. Cry, feel, cleanse, go with the flow, and let go. Okay? That's that cups energy. I'm telling you, let go of the dogma, and you'll be able to flow in a much freer, more authentic, more abundant direction. Let me get a couple more, please, for the collective. With this hidden truth energy read. Remember, you are Earth. That's that Earth energy here with the Page of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. Ground yourself, build yourself, heal, give, provide, and remain steady. So you've got water and earth energy here, and I see it. That Pentacles and the Cups. Work-life balance. Oh, what did we explore just the other day? Shoot, let me think about that. What were we exploring? Earth and water? I'm drawing a blank. But we've got one of my favorite quotes from Captain Picard from Star Trek, The Next Generation. It is possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. That is not weakness, that is life. I feel like that goes here with this Hierophant, because this goes along with the you're supposed to do it the way it's always been done. So it's possible to do it just the way you're supposed to, quote unquote, supposed to do it, and you might still lose. That is not a weakness, it is life. Okay? And you have to be flexible enough to give that up if it doesn't work. You've got the Mountain here. A major challenge will be overcome. And the red-winged blackbird. Okay, this is a warning, a divine warning that something is afoot. Now, the story with the red-winged blackbird was a warning against theft. And we do have the Seven of Swords here, which is somebody sneaky in the middle of the night. So, but in the red-winged blackbird story, the village that was warned of the theft ended up having a big beautiful banquet and everybody was happy, so it turned out abundant in the end. Okay, we've got Uranus energy. I forget where Uranus is right now. But this is Aquarius energy. Okay, he's the rebel, he's the upheaver. Well, yeah, this is rebellion and creativity. Okay, you're being asked to tap into that, and you're looking your. If you would like to go over your chart, I am available for birth chart inquiries. And in fact, I've been at astrology much longer than tarot. So if you'd like to contact me about looking at your birth chart, let me know. Wherever Uranus is in your chart, you want to see what house or what sign, because that's where you're going to be unconventional, you're going to be unpredictable, you're going to have things about that area of life where you're rebellious and creative. Okay? This could be cold, kind of cold energy. Air energy is often looked at as cold. It's just neutral, It's just... See, look at that. The mice. I told you. Somebody's nibbling away at the resources. I told you. I was sensing the mice with that Seven of Swords. Okay? This is talking about nibbling away at resources, a dwindling, a slow decay, wasting. Be alert, observe. Okay? Yeah, I told you the mice. I felt the mice here. A lot of times this has to do, well, they'll tell me like, check your bank account, that there are subscriptions that you forgot about, there's fees coming out that you forgot about, there's something there that's just eating away. And I have to be honest, you also have to look at, what if it's a person in your life that's just eating away at it, at what you worked so hard with that Three of Pentacles to create. They're going to bring you back down to a page. We've got 222, keep the faith. Timely and auspicious opportunities are coming, so stand strong in your personal truths. Love it. Let's get one more, please. Two more. Two more, please. For the collective. I know, I stutter like an idiot sometimes, but my cards are on point. God. Oh, the Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Diamonds. We were dealing with the Nine of Pentacles yesterday. This is you being in a very abundant energy of now being in a space where you can share what you have earned for yourself. Okay, so this is self-made prosperity, abundance, stability, and independence. Okay, you are a strong Black woman who do not need no man, but you're still preparing for love, because there's that Nine of Cups. That's the goal. This could be between Pisces and Taurus, because literally the Nine of Cups is sitting here between a Pisces and a Taurus. But that Hierophant has his back turned, so I'm wondering if this Taurus is completely oblivious to this love. Oh, scratch paper, and we've got another one. La Luna. Shoot, I didn't look where the moon is, because I wasn't gonna do another moon reading until this weekend when we go into the lunar eclipse. I'm gonna save it, but the moon makes us remember our inner instincts. She rules cycles and emotional things that come back around. Habits, cycles, moods, instincts, the unconscious, the intuitive dreaming, things like that, hidden influences. Oh, shoot. Hidden influences. Come on. Somebody's dehydrated. Just one glass, I'm hearing. Just one frickin' glass. Just have one glass of water. I saw somebody going for that wine again. Water, bitch. Drink water. One more, please. What about the moon here? We got the moon and we've got Uranus. What about the moon, please? Save point. Rest, remove, restore. Okay, this is what you're supposed to be doing for the rest of the eclipse cycle, and that's pretty much just the rest of the week. Okay, so we'll say that this reading goes for the next week or so. To me, this means this is where we are in the eclipse portal. Okay, we had the lunar eclipse, or the solar eclipse, and now we're going into the lunar eclipse on the 7th. So no manifesting work done from this point, only because this eclipse cycle started with a new moon. Okay, and usually for new moons we don't do any manifesting work. The dark moon is for rest. So what they're telling me is this corridor of time between the two eclipses is a save point time. Okay, restore. Thinking of video games, okay? How before you go to a new level, you hit a save point. You drop loot that you don't need. You my cards are falling. Hang on. You buy things that you will need. You refresh your stores. You take inventory. You also eat food and rest and build up your health for the next level. That's what we're supposed to be doing for this week, okay? Then when these lunar eclipse happens, then the energy will break and you'll be able to start setting your manifestations again. Ugh. One more? I want one more. Okay. Just one. One to wrap it up. That's cool. I asked for clarification on Luna, on the moon, and they gave me the save point. So that's what it means. Rest, remove, restore, gather your resources, preserve what you can, purge what you don't need, plan your strategy, and take inventory. And that, I think, also will help you figure out how much damage these mice have done. Okay? Last card we got is Spirit is Listening. So that's what we have for the Hidden Truth reading this week. I hope it resonated. If you liked the content, please leave a like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. I love comments. Don't often get them. My information is in the description. I'm open for personal readings and birth chart inquiries. Email, Venmo, Cash App, all in the description. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Until I see you again in the next reading. Okay, thanks. Bye.